Good morning. John here again. Well, I just walked on the treadmill, so figure story time. Yeah, my dad was on hospice almost 2 years, and I would sit with him quite frequently, and he would tell stories often. He would sometimes tell the same story more than once in one setting as the death process progressed. But at his funeral, the hospice ladies came up to me and told me, they said, John, you got to keep telling your dad's stories. And it kind of made me wonder. Made me wonder, and also brought a tear to my eye. But now it's been what, 2-3 years since then. 3 years, I guess. I'm thinking, well, maybe they were onto something. Maybe I should do that. So I guess that's what you see every day here on YouTube. Hopefully, I can please my Father's memory, and also hopefully glorify my Heavenly Father in doing so. But anyhow, I thought I'd share a story here that was on my mind here while I was walking on the treadmill. I don't know if any of you remember, if you're my age, you remember the song "What's It About? What's It All About, Alfie?" And I'm sure there were other songs on the same subject, but it reminds me of a story, and I'll probably change it from how I heard it, but this is kind of how I remember it being told. It's an old man. He's a widower, and he's sitting on a park bench with his cane, and he's feeding the birds. And along comes a young man whistling, and the young man's walking by, and the old man asks him, he says, "What are you whistling about?" And he goes, "Well, I just graduated from law school, just passed the bar exam, and I just graduated from law school." And so then the old man says, "Well, then what?" And he goes, "Well, I've got my resume in with several different good law firms, and I'll hopefully I'll get hired and continue working as a lawyer." And the old man says, "Well, then what?" He goes, "Well, then I'll probably find a young lady and get married and have some family, and we'll go to Little League baseball games and different things." And the old man says, "Well, then what?" He goes, "Well, then I'll probably retire and go fishing and do some traveling." And then the old man says, "Well, then what?" And it's kind of a puzzled look on the young man's face, and he stopped whistling. Yeah, that's the story as I remember it. So I'm going to read a passage here from 2 Corinthians 5. 2 Corinthians 5, 1 through 10. "For we know that if the tent that is our earthly home is destroyed, we have a building from God, a house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. For in this tent we groan, longing to put on our heavenly dwelling, if indeed by putting it on we may not be found naked. For while we are still in this tent, we groan, being burdened. Not that we would be unclothed, but that we would be further clothed, so that what is mortal may be swallowed up by life. He who has prepared us for this very thing is God, who has given us the Spirit as a guarantee. For we are always of good courage. We know that while we are at home in the body, we are away from the Lord. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Yes, we are of good courage, and we would rather be away from the body and at home with the Lord. So whether we are at home or away, we make it our aim to please him. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, so that each one may receive what is due, what he has done in the body, whether it good or evil. So that pretty much explains, and then what? Part. Yeah. So with that story, I will leave you and hopefully see you on the river. And I'll probably be telling stories out there too. So bear with me. All right, you all have a good one. God bless.